Hey traders, Nick Shaheen here, looking at crude oil. Quick level discussion and somewhat of a lesson on levels if somebody needs some guidance there. But before I go on, if you're not a subscriber, at the end there's a little pop-up window that says subscribe to this channel. It's free, and I post stuff all the time. All right, so crude oil, this is the light crude oil futures, CL, on most platforms. Looking very, very frisky here. And I am long the dip that happened that everybody shorted via selling puts in the USO, and that trade is paid out almost completely. So I don't have any trades here, so I have no dog in this fight, merely talking levels. So the FOMO, the fear of missing out, kicks in, and the inclination is to want, the human thing to do is to chase it. But before I do, I look at the peak here. So this is a prior fail level, obviously. At least to say that there should be some resistance up here. Intraday, it's looking bursty. So do I chase it or do I not? This is not enough time. This is a 2-hour chart. Let me zoom out to a daily. So it does look like a nice cup and handle, you know, when a chart goes down and then fails again, but a lot less than the prior time. It comes back to the same neckline from which that was alleged before. So it's a cup and handle. You can see it's kind of like a cup and a handle. But I do have some thoughts on that because this is a pivotal zone. And let me see if I can quickly mark it up. The goal is to keep it under 4 minutes. It's almost impossible. Okay, so here's what I see. If I limit, you know, this is a nice rally, but if I limit this to the price action to just what happened dramatically recently, right where we are is somewhat middle of the range, so 50%, what the half back test, retracing 50%, Fibonacci, whatever you believe in. But on top of it, it's also a pivotal level. I drew it, eyeballing it, but look at this cluster right here. It's pivotal, and I bet you if I extend it, it had been pivotal before. And so up here was resistance, and then they burst through it, came back, tried to hold it as support. They failed. They came back, and it was resistance again. So what now? The question is. So given the fact that it was resistance, and given the fact that this is the half-back test of this drop right here, I'm inclined to say I don't want to chase crude until it proves to me that they can break and close above this. So this is a daily candle. I'd like to see it close above it before I start chasing it long. Now, this is not an intraday trade, obviously, because if you're fast enough to trade the futures, you don't need my help here. But I'm thinking from, if I were to buy the USO right here, I'd probably be jumping the gun. I'd rather wait to see what happens above this zone right here, which is pivotal. It was a ledge from which they fell apart back in whatever, May, late May. They came back to it, they failed. They're coming back to it from a higher low, which is good. So you've got higher lows bumping along a neckline. They will break through it eventually, but maybe another bump lower. I'm not sure. I don't want to jump the gun, but this is my personal preference. All right, this is just a note about levels with the crude oil right here. Nick signing out.